Welcome back to Hip Hop Flash, where we break down hip hop culture, debates, and industry moves with straight, unfiltered takes. Drake lost. All it's going to take for him, though, is to drop another hit record, and then he's going to be right back where he was before. A month has passed since Iceman came out, and you basically have two schools of thought around this whole Drake-Iceman situation. The first group is people who are talking crazy about Drake, and now they're apologizing. They're sorry for what they said and realize they were in the wrong. But then you've got the other group, people who are doubling down on everything they said about Drake. They're acting like they were never Drake fans, pretending there weren't songs on the album that were good, and questioning whether the sales are even real or not. Then you've got people like me who have been right about pretty much everything every step of the way, even when it was unpopular to say. Drake just needs to dial it down and get back to his core fan base, which is women. Drop music for them, cater to them, and he'll be right back on track. Don't be a sore loser. You lost the battle, but you're still Drake. Go drop an R&B record, something the ladies can connect with. They don't care about all this beef. They laughed at you during the battle, but if you drop a song they like, they're still going to support it. Let's talk about that first group of people, the ones who listened to Iceman, talked crazy about Drake, made videos saying all types of things about him, and now they're coming back apologizing after public sentiment shifted. And honestly, you have to admit, these people are smart. This is how you build a YouTube channel. This is why some of them have millions of subscribers and others don't. They ride the wave of public opinion until it changes, and then they adjust when the audience shifts. So now they go back and apologize for everything they said about Drake, so they can later praise him in the future without looking like hypocrites. On one hand, yes, it is honorable to apologize when you've done wrong, but on the other hand, this is textbook strategy. It's like game. You don't mess up, but if you do, you apologize properly, and that apology can completely change how people view you. People see maturity in that apology. They start thinking, maybe he's actually a good person, even if they wouldn't have thought that before. And a lot of content creators are basically reacting to other people's content anyway. So how hard is it to just react and give credit where it's due? If a bar is fire, just say it. That's it. But instead, people add all these extra layers. And I think many of them go back and watch their old Drake and Kendrick videos and cringe at themselves because they went too far emotionally. Some people were even saying things like, "The battle was a spiritual moment for me." It sounds wild now, but that's what people were saying. They got too emotionally invested and let the audience hype influence them too much. Now, the sentiment is shifting again, and they're simply apologizing and repositioning. It's a smart move. It keeps both sides of their audience.
Then you've got the second group, the people doubling down on nonsense. The sad thing is, a lot of them used to be Drake fans. They talk about culture, they act like they hate Drake now, and they've become hardcore Kendrick supporters, but deep down, they still enjoy Drake's music. The issue is the shape-shifting to fit in. They went too far into one narrative and now they can't walk it back. Or maybe they can't apologize because it would look inconsistent. So instead, they double down. They'll say people aren't really listening to Iceman, even though songs are clearly being played everywhere. They'll deny the success, make excuses, and avoid admitting that parts of the album are actually good. Even though many of them are knowledgeable hip-hop fans, they understand bars, schemes, doubles, triples, internals. They still act like none of that exists when it comes to Iceman. Or if they admit it exists, they refuse to admit it's good. At the end of the day, both groups are performing for their audience rather than giving honest opinions. This video is brought to you with the help of Koshi. Koshi is a trading app where you can buy and sell contracts on real-world events. Kind of like the stock market, but instead of companies, you trade sports outcomes, election results, and even music. It's a federally regulated exchange and is legal in all 50 states. If you got insight into what's next in music, sports, politics, or anything else people care about, you can trade on it directly. Koshi is open to anyone 18 years or older and available in all 50 states. If you want to try it out, Koshi is giving $20 to anyone who signs up using my code and trades $20. Be sure to use the code HipHopFlash. This is a great way to support the channel since I don't really like super chats with your own money. And remember, trading should be fun. If it ever feels like too much, take a step back. Resources are available if needed. Check Koshi's responsible trading section or seek professional guidance. Back to the video. Maybe they've gone so far that apologizing would now look silly, so they feel forced to double down. They'll say things like people aren't really listening to Iceman, or act like the album isn't charting, or deny what's clearly happening. But at the same time, they won't admit that there are songs on the album that are actually good. So my whole thing is this. I've been right the entire time. People are now going to start pushing narratives like Drake is fighting for independent artists or that Kendrick represents the corporate machine. That's where the conversation is heading. But I've always said Drake is going to come back. People seem to think Kendrick permanently damaged his career, but I don't believe that. All it takes is one hit record and Drake is back. And the reason I can say that confidently is because I got a lot of backlash for saying it in the first place. People called me all types of things, misogynist, colorist, you name it. Even during the battle, I could still acknowledge when Drake had good bars. I'm not blindly biased. When Drake had good writing, like certain schemes and references, I gave credit where it was due. Even during the rollout of Iceman, when people thought it was failing, I still hoped the album would be good, not bad. I don't gain anything from it being bad. This whole video is really just me standing on my take. I'm not unbiased, but I'm honest about that. And at the end of the day, I'd rather watch someone with real opinions than someone just saying what their audience wants to hear. The problem with both groups is they aren't being fully honest. They're reacting based on what gets them engagement. And if we can't trust that honesty, then what's the point of watching? It's not easy to stay consistent when public opinion shifts, but that's what makes it real. That's all I've got for today. Let me know what you think in the comments. Who's been your most consistent hip-hop commentator? This is Hip Hop Flash. Peace.